Hello and happiest of days to each of you folks. I hope you guys are having just an absolutely amazing day today. Today we're knocking out the 13-page short story from last year. It's by Eric Craddock. It's called Hope in the Torchlight for you folks. It's from this collection that we're knocking out. It's the first short story collection of fiction stuff set in the Lone Wolf Magnum universe and so forth. I'll link it to you in below. It's called Echoes in the Darkness for you folks. I just knocked it out yesterday for the first time. I'll link it to you in the comments below. Magnum one was something. It was a classic world that I was introduced to as a kid. I read the Lone Wolf stuff when I was in grade school and that sort of thing. I actually read the second one first, and then read Fire on the Water, and then went back and read the rest of number one, and was moved by them as soon as they were published here in Southern West Virginia. Loved it lots. That sort of thing. Alright, so it was a great stuff. Lone books. Actually, if you take a look at my appendix in it, my own 10 greatest influences, the Joe Devers is a Kite series. It's definitely a part of it. I've gone back and read like 20 books and so forth. Anyway, I was looking on the website for more. I just bought 3 more books that were just published, and I've read them, but I haven't, and so forth for the channel. I was going back to the website and saw that they had these 2 short story collections. I thought that would be fun to do too. So I bought them both. They both came in the mail. They have 17 short stories combined, and that sort of a thing. So let's get that started with my review very quickly. All right, so this short story that I knocked out last night is the second one in this collection. It's set during the Caverns of Doom. The Chasm of Doom, rather, 4th book, and that sort of thing. And basically what's happening is that you are a slave that's been captured by bandits here in the southern place in southern Maryland called Ruinon. That's been captured by bandits, and you're now working a mine as a slave. You are a regular person and that sort of thing, and now you're condemned to work at the mines until you die, and that sort of thing. And so that's been a few weeks now, that sort of thing. So basically you're worried about your wife and your daughter that aren't here. You weren't sure if they died or not. You've made friends with another guy, and that sort of thing, and now you guys we're starting, and like the second page, the plan your escape, he says, is it time for our escape plan? And you're like, no, I have no chance of making it out. My wife and daughter are dead. And that's it. And so that's about 2 or 3 pages into the 13-page short story. I'll leave you to it and that sort of thing. So if you recall, the first one took place with some characters during the 40-day siege and fire out in the water and that sort of thing, where you as Lone Wolf have arrived. You're the last survivor of your people. And in Flight from the Dark, the first one, you arrive to tell them you've been attacked. You're the last of the great people that are going to hold you back. And this surprise, and you arrive, and at the beginning of book 2 rather, you're told that you have 40 days over to siege to go get the summer sword from a nearby ally and that sort of thing, and then get back to relieve the siege and kill the bad guys. So that's basically what's happening. And that happens, 40 days is the name of that one, during that siege. So you see some of that. Now here, you're seeing parts of this. This actually does happen in the Chasm of Doom, the 4th book, where you are sent down to Ruin after Captain Duvall was ordered there with a bunch of troops to investigate what's happening at the mines, and they haven't returned. We'll report. And so you are sent down there with a bunch of people that are very, very strong stuff, because he thinks you might be walking into some bad stuff, and that's sort of a thing. And so now you are heading down as the Kyle Wolf to investigate, right? That sort of thing. Now, so that happens, and this time you're going to see another side of stuff typically not done, right? And that sort of thing. You're just a normal guy. So that's fun. So I did like this side of things. It's a little short for my taste. The previous one I thought was between 7.5 and an 8, and I rounded up to an 8. I think this one is similarly. I thought the ending here was better than the previous one, but I think it's a little shorter and a little faster. I wish it had been longer, like the 20 pages the previous one was. So I think this one also, but 7.5 and an 8 too. And that's over there. I'll give this an 8 as well, because I like the ending. I like the ending. It was better than the previous one. Alrighty, but there you are for you folks. Have you read this? And if so, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd be happy to engage with it further in the comments below. Try to keep it spoiler-free. Also, as a reminder, I'm not a trained critic for literature. I'm not a Magnum expert either, right? That sort of thing. I didn't take an English major in college, right? and sort of thing, right? So that means your opinion is going to be just as valid as mine is, right? So I'm happy to engage you with it further here, folks, in the comments below. As a reminder, this week I do 3 older reviews a week of older things like this. Well, this last year, it's not that old, but you get the idea. Typically older things. And then in the 3 genres that we cover, fantasy, science fiction, and horror for you folks, so check those out. I also do other things like reviews of older video games on Wednesdays. I do Serial Saturday, dedicated to reviewing and checking out the forgotten, heavily impactful movie and TV serials like Flash Gordon and Sora, that sort of stuff. So check that out too. All right. So and then I also do, like I said, the other reviews a week too. So if those 7 reviews a week sound like your cup of tea, then great. Welcome to the channel and have a seat. I think you'll enjoy your time here quite a bit. While you're here, why not subscribe to my videos and do all the other YouTube stuff, like hit the like button, the bell icon, be notified of the videos, share with your friends, all that stuff. But basically, just watch and share. Those are the key ways to grow the channel, right? And all that stuff. Alrighty, so there you are. As you can tell from the 7 older things a week, as well as the older things, that's definitely the passions, even where its name comes from. It's a quote by Jacques Joubert, who says that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old stuff, right? And this is definitely some older stuff we might have forgotten about, right? In our passion for the new book, the new video game, the new movie, right? We have forgotten these things. Not that they're bad, they're not, but they're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? So let's check out those giants. In this case, Joe Dever's a huge one. I've read 20 of his books. I've knocked out all of the ones too in the Wizard University stuff. I also knocked out his 4 books in the post-apocalyptic world too that he read too, that I haven't read before. So I've done a bunch of his stuff, and a bunch of Magnum stuff too. I've even done other game books that were recently published in his stuff last year. Had 3 game books that were published too. Knocked it out. I've also done the Autumn Snow books for your channel too. So if you like that stuff, definitely check it out. Alrighty. So there you are. If you made it all the way to the end here, let's just thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it into watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions too, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate that so very, very much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.